Hi guys, Hotshot here, and welcome back once again to another Evil Dead video. Today we're going to be talking about more in detail of why I despise book phase and why they need to rework it and they should just honestly get rid of it. So in this video, I'm going to go over a couple of things. One, why this phase is just an unhealthy mechanic for the game, and two, how can they rework it. So we'll start off with what I just said first. For instance, this phase is just really boring for both sides to play. When I play Survivor and solo queue, or even with friends, I usually don't really have a fun time going against this because of just how really boring it is. Like, standing by the book and then just waiting 2 minutes is just really a waste of time. Like, basically in total you have 32 minutes to finish the game, which is a lot. It is a lot, but still, I don't enjoy it. There are a lot of people, and there are a lot of demon players, for instance, too, that have this mentality of just saying, "Oh, I'm gonna really beat them at the book phase because I can't," etc., etc. And I just hate that mentality, because I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Well, that's the only real way to beat. It's the only way to win is demon," and I'm like, I've won games by killing survivors with Evil Ash or with any other boss unit, so I find that excuse to be really lame. Because there's obviously people on Twitch that play this game. I'm not going to name drop anybody for respectful reasoning, but they have this mentality of just saying, "Oh, book phase is the only way to win, and that's the only thing I can do." And I've killed survivors on the book phase myself, and I've won plenty of times. But still, it's still a waste of time just to stand in front of the book and then just smash it with a light attack or a heavy attack, because it's not really a fun thing to do. I don't like using that as a tactic to win. Linda even says in the audio, like, she wants you to kill them. And to me, like in Evil Dead, like, I'm certain that the demons don't want to use the Necronomicon to destroy everything. They want to kill the human race, or the humans that get in the way. It's just not healthy for the gameplay loop or the design of it to really say, like, "Oh, why should I have to, as a survivor and as a demon player, have to stand around for 2 minutes and while the survivors like jerk each other off?" Like, I don't want to do that. It's just a stupid mechanic that really just has no fun loop at all. And the problem as well is, like, you get a lot of demon players will like to sit at the book, and then they'll like, there's been like videos in the past, for instance, that like they're literally gonna sit all day or be AFK the entire game, wait till book phase, win the game by book. And like, obviously, like, I look at this argument too, like, "Oh, the book phase is like another way the demon can win." I understand that valid argument, and it is valid, but at the same time, is that really a fun thing to do? Like, is that a fun mechanic that should be in the game? Because of the fact that you have to look at it as well from a standpoint, "Oh, that's the only real way to win." But like I said, I've won plenty of games where I don't have to rely on the book phase. I usually, if I'm at the dark ones, I try to make it like a really climatic battle of using everything I have to kill them. And even if I don't, I still don't want to use the book phase because it's just a boring phase. And I feel like as a demon player, I shouldn't have to like just sit around and just wait 2 minutes because I feel like that I can't win, when I usually have the confidence that I can try to beat them. It's usually a fun thing to do, is just to try to make the dark ones more of a climatic battle. And because usually it's their fireball attack and their AoE that really makes it more interesting to go on about. It's just, if they really want to look into reworking it, there's many ways. And let me get into how they can easily do that. So, for instance, they have many tools. So, if you've watched the Evil Dead 2 movie, or Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and Ash vs. Evil Dead, the pages in this game, they're lost, but when you're on the Dark Ones phase, they don't do anything. Or on the pages too, they don't do anything. And yeah, you find the lost pages to do what exactly? Like, find them? To use the pages to really like do something with it? But Saber kind of failed to see how the pages should be looked into, because there's really a fun mechanic that survivors should be able to do. And this is my point of why the Dark Ones need to be a little bit more threatening. So, in the movies, Annie, for instance, in Evil Dead 2, she had the pages, and she did an enchantment to banish the evil, and Ash was sent to the medieval times in that portal if you watch the movie. And in the movie, like, obviously Ash went to the medieval times, and he actually, like, enchanted the words, but he failed, and obviously, you know, evil Ash was summoned, and an army of Deadites went after Ash. So, and Ruby's a former Dark One, and she enchants words from the book too. And Pablo in season 3 became the El Brujo, and he was able to enchant the words on the writings of the walls, and he like kind of became like a, you know, like the special witch or something, I don't know. But he was able to enchant words, and he understood the Sumerian language, and the Dark Ones too even chanted the words from Sumerian language. So why can't they have a thing on the Dark Ones phase where they just have a mechanic so where survivors can, one survivor can stand on a podium or something and just chant the words to banish the Dark Ones back? And this is one thing the Dark Ones should have for demons too, is the Dark Ones need to have 5 bars of health. Like, this whole book phase has health. Trash that. Give that one, the book phase health to the Dark Ones, and have like the climatic battle of having the Dark Ones having 5 bars of health. There's no respawns. Like, it should be a chaotic battle for both sides. It should just be an all-out fight to where you can fight on the Dark Ones phase while you're destroying the Dark Ones, while you're also fighting the demon, while also you're fighting the basic and elite units, and you're also fighting the survivors. Like, it should be an all-out chaotic fight where you're able to fight them. You can if the Dark Ones have 1 bar of health left, they should become enraged, and like I just said, no respawns. They should be able to use all their powers in the world, and or however their mechanic works. You can honestly too, I was thinking, if you wanted to use like a little fun thing, like Ash fought Kandar the Destroyer in season 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, you can have, I don't know how they would implement Kandar unless you really have to like make him a boss unit, which would be really weird. I think he could be like the final boss of the game, if anything, but if you want to make it fun. But I think it'd be better if the Dark Ones were the final boss, because they're more threatening, because like they killed Kaya and they killed Ruby, and they turned into a giant monster to destroy Elk Grove. So I think it would be interesting for both sides to look at it mechanically of how to make the book phase more fun, and why this is just a piece of garbage looking at this fucking book, and you have to kill it, even though in the movies they wanted to use the book, so why should the demon destroy it to win? It's a waste of time. And I'm just not a fan of having mechanics in the game that really don't make the game more interesting, so that's why I feel like it needs to be gone. And I think a lot of demon players and survivor players would be happy with that, because they want to have more interesting interactions. I'm really hoping, Saber, if you're watching this, or Boss Team Games, if you're watching this too, that when you're also looking into these mechanics, that you really take the time to look into them and make sure that they're properly functioning. Like, I don't want to have a game where I just play demon and I use my character to really kind of kill the survivors, because even Linda wants you to kill them. I'm not a fan of just using the book, swinging at it to kill it like that. Like, it's just ridiculous. I don't have a fun time doing it. Obviously, there's arguments. People say that's the only real way to win games is demon, and that's just not accurately right. I have had plenty of games where I killed survivors with the boss unit, because it's more fun to do that. It's way more fun to use your boss unit to like really kill them, because like they need to buff the bosses in this game. That's a separate video that I'll have to make on how to rework Evil Ash 2, or how to utilize this character. I have different topics for different videos, but this one's mainly on book, and that's the reason why it should go. I think it creates an unhealthy gameplay design. Dark Ones need to be final phase. They should have 5 bars of health, and if you die, you're done. You don't revive yourself, and survivors should have a podium. They can banish the Dark Ones a little bit quicker. It doesn't have to be super strong, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to rant about, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and sub, and if you agree with that, that'd be We can agree to disagree, but other than that, I will catch you guys on the next video, and I will see you later. Peace out.